The WWE Women's Division today is very, very good. And WWE have got an extended focus on the Women's Division now with 2 singles women's titles and a women's tag title, as well as the women main eventing WrestleMania this year. Today, I thought I would rank every single main roster women's wrestler from worst to best. The criteria for this list is basically star power, i.e. popularity and just how recognizable they are, in-ring ability, promos, character, how they've been booked, and all in all, just that's kind of it. I'm trying to use as little personal bias as possible, but this is how I'm going to rank these women today. Doing this list actually made me realize just how good the women's roster is. All the people high up are very good established stars, and the people lower down, for the most part, have lots of potential and can improve and become amazing. But let's get right into it. There are 26 spots on this list, with one of them being a team, which you can probably already guess, but let's get right into it. Number 26, Lana. Of all the people on this list, Lana is the newest to wrestling. She only started wrestling in 2017, so she obviously has to rank at the bottom purely because she's the least experienced. Her promo game is actually pretty good, and you can tell that through her promos she did while managing Rusev, but she definitely has lots of time to improve. Number 25, Zelina Vega. Now, from what I know, Zelina Vega is actually supposed to be really good, but I feel like WWE haven't given her enough of an opportunity to show that, because for the most part, she's just a manager to Andrade, occasionally getting in the ring. Number 24, Tamina. Tamina has had absolutely no character development in the near 10 years that she has been here. Her in-ring ability is actually pretty good, but just the fact that she's had no character work and she's been one of the most bland wrestlers in WWE since she debuted means she's ranking very low. Number 23, Sarah Logan. She had quite the breakout performance in the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, and again, like I said at the start of the video, the people lower down are people who can really improve and become amazing. I think Sarah Logan is definitely one of those. Number 22, Alicia Fox, the holder of the greatest Northern Light suplex. I feel as though Alicia Fox is very underrated. She is ranked very low because I do think people are better than her, but the fact is I think she is actually pretty good, and maybe it does deserve better, especially years ago when she was one of the better women on the roster before many people were signed. Number 21, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is someone who I see a lot of potential in. I thought she didn't get to finish what she started in NXT. She never really got to her prime in NXT. I think she was improving, and now that she's on the main roster, the Riott squad were basically buried, but now she's on her own, and I'm very excited to see what happens with her, but she might get lost in the shuffle on the SmackDown Women's roster because it is very stacked. Number 20, Dana Brooke. People are starting to really get behind Dana Brooke, and it's really good. She's getting really good reaction. She's in the Women's Money in the Bank, and it seems like WWE have some sort of push plan for her, which I'm excited for because she's really good. And it's just a thing where I feel like she hasn't been able to show just how good she is because she's switched between babyface and heel week after week. She was paired with Charlotte. Now she's on her own and she's singles and she's getting an opportunity, and I can't wait. Number 19, Lacey Evans. I feel like in a year or two time, Lacey Evans will probably be in the top 10 of this list. WWE supposedly have really big plans for her to make her one of the top female stars, but as of right now, she has her match against Becky Lynch, but she's only really wrestled one match other than the Royal Rumble, I believe, on the main roster, so we'll see where she goes from here. Number 18, Sonya Deville. Again, someone who I think shows so much potential. I love Sonya Deville, and the fact that she's ranked this low just goes to show how good the women's roster is, and who's above her must be amazing because she's really good and she's ranked this low. Number 17, Mandy Rose. I did give the edge to Mandy Rose. I think in terms of in-ring ability, Mandy Rose and Sonya are very similar in terms of their ability, but I think Mandy Rose edges it just in terms of character and promo. And she's who I want to win Money in the Bank because I think she'd suit the Money in the Bank briefcase so well. Number 16, Naomi. Definitely the best athlete and best high flyer of everyone on this list. Naomi has shown just how good she can be. She's a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's on Raw now. She's looking like she's going to be one of the main women on Raw, which is exciting. Number 15, Ruby Riott. Now, Ruby Riott's booking has been absolutely terrible, but the fact is that she is so good. If you ever saw her in NXT, you'll know just how good she was. I was there live for her debut match, and she was incredible. She was great. And I really hope now that the Riott squad has split up, that Ruby Riott gets a chance to be a single star. Number 14.5, Nikki Cross. Yes, 14.5, because I just finished editing this video and completely forgot about her, which goes to show how badly she's been used on the main roster already. But I'm ranking her this high, basically because she's very good in the ring despite the way she's been booked. Her character is on point. She's one of the only women who actually has a proper character. And as well as that, she's had some amazing matches with the likes of Asuka and the Fatal 4-Ways in NXT, and she's just very, very good. So pretend that she's ranked 15 and 26 to 15 are all ranked 1 above, okay? Just imagine that. Number 14, Mickie James. A veteran of the wrestling business, Mickie James has not missed a step whatsoever since returning in 2016. Her main purpose right now is basically putting other people over, but I think she's just a great wrestler still, and I'll never forget the matches she had back in the day with the likes of Trish Stratus. Number 13, Nia Jax. I genuinely didn't mean to put her at number 13. I know number 13 is an unlucky number, but that was genuinely just a coincidence. And her being this high might cause some controversy. People probably think she should be lower down, but I'm giving Nia the benefit of the doubt. I think she's pretty good in the ring. Yes, she does botch, but overall she is good in the ring. Her promos aren't the best, but she's a Raw Women's Champion, and she's wrestled with the men in the Men's Royal Rumble, which I thought was an amazing moment. And I think Nia Jax is more recognizable than a lot of the women here. Number 12, Natalya. Another veteran in here. She's been in the WWE, I think, just over 10 years now, and Natalya to this day is still very good. She's a one-time Women's Champion, a one-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and I think she's always just been really good no matter what role given. Even the farting gimmick, like, as bad as it was, she did the best with the material she was given. Number 11, Carmella. Just missing out on the top 10 is someone who I believe has improved so much. She was the SmackDown Women's Champion. Many people thought she won that very early after she cashed in Money in the Bank, but she improved as the reign went on. She had that amazing match at SummerSlam with Charlotte and Becky, and I had another amazing match with Charlotte and Becky on SmackDown in January, and she's improved so much. The dance break gimmick is great. She's a great heel, and Carmella's just great. Number 10, the Iconics. The one and only team on this list that I decided to put together with the Iconics just because they're basically the same. I mean, they are easily the funniest people on the entire main roster, men included. They are hilarious, and I'm so glad that they are the Women's Tag Team Champions. Number 9, Bayley. Bayley should be higher, let's be real, but the fact is, WWE have almost buried her character. That feud with Alexa Bliss damn near killed her. But she's just a great wrestler, and she's very good in the ring. Her promo game isn't amazing, and neither is her character at the moment. It's a bit stagnant. But the match with Sasha Banks that she used to have in NXT are matches that will never be forgotten, and one of my favorite matches of all time from TakeOver Brooklyn. Number 8, Ember Moon. Ember Moon is definitely a strong candidate to win the Money in the Bank briefcase this year. I feel like she hasn't got to do much in the main roster. She hasn't really been involved in many storylines or had many title opportunities. She's a former NXT Women's Champion, and she has an absolutely awesome finishing move. Number 7, Sasha Banks. I don't know when this video is going to come out between me recording and editing it. For all I know, she might have left, but Sasha Banks, her promo game I've never really been into, especially as a babyface, but as a heel, she's always been a good character as a heel. If you saw her in NXT, you'll know that. She's a 4-time Raw Women's Champion, a Women's Tag Team Champion, and an NXT Women's Champion. She's very decorated, and like I said before, had some amazing matches with the likes of Bayley and the other 4 horsewomen. Number 6, Ronda Rousey. This is another one that might cause some controversy, but Ronda Rousey just gets wrestling. She is the newest person to wrestling out of every person on this list. I think I said that for Lana, but obviously correct myself. But Ronda Rousey really just understands wrestling. She had the best match at WrestleMania last year, at WrestleMania 34, in her debut. So if that doesn't show you just how good she is, then I don't know what does. Number 5, Alexa Bliss. Sasha Banks and Bayley fans are going to be coming for me for putting Alexa Bliss higher than them, but I really believe Alexa Bliss is just, she's improved so much since coming up to the main roster. She didn't really do much in NXT other than manage Blake and Murphy, but since coming up, she's easily the best promo out of any woman on here. Yes, even better than Becky Lynch. And while there is room for improvement in her in-ring, I think her in-ring is still up to par with a lot of the women on here, and her promo game, like I said, is amazing. She's a 4-time women's champion, or 5-time women's champion even. She's won the Raw Women's Championship 3 times and the SmackDown twice. Only woman, or the first woman to win both the Raw and the SmackDown Women's Championships. Number 4, Kairi Sane, the best elbow drop in the world, the winner of the Mae Young Classic 2017, and a former NXT Women's Champion. Kairi Sane just recently got called up to the main roster, and I'm so excited to see what she can do. Hopefully, WWE does not bury her or book her into the ground. Number 3, Asuka. Despite how she's been booked, Asuka just can't rank any lower than the top 3. I mean, if she was booked better, she should realistically be number 1. She was booked amazing in NXT. She went on a unbeaten run, winning the NXT Women's Championship, and she continued her unbeaten run on the main roster before losing at WrestleMania. But she did finally get her moment when she won the SmackDown Women's Championship at TLC 2018. Though she has now lost it, hopefully this new team of her and Kairi Sane can make waves, and I think they can. Number 2, Becky Lynch. And just like that, I've already got 1,000 dislikes because you know who number 1 is. But Becky Lynch has came into her own. She finally got an opportunity given to her and she ran with it. The man gimmick is absolutely fantastic. She's great in the ring and she's the forefront of the women's division at the moment. She's holding both belts and she has changed the game. She was the hottest act in wrestling during that summer between December period. She has cooled down a bit, but she's still the top merch seller, so she's still making waves. Big ups Becky. But my number 1 pick is going to be Charlotte Flair, and I'm going to explain why. It's not because she's a decorated champion. I mean, she's an 8-time women's champion, 9 if you include the NXT Women's Championship, and I think it's very unfair to say that they were all handed to her, because I purely think that Charlotte Flair, out of all these women, is the best in-ring wrestler. Even like with the men, I think she could easily rank top 5 with the men, and that's a bold statement coming from me. Her promo game is on point, babyface or heel, and she's had some of the most awesome matches in the women's division with the likes of Becky Lynch and Carmella. With the other 4 horsewomen, her feud with Sasha Banks was really good, everyone remembers that. And while I do agree that she's over-pushed, I do also think that she is the best women's wrestler in WWE today, and probably the best women's wrestler in the world. That's going to cause some controversy. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, then smack that like button. I've never done a video like this before, ranking more than 10 things. So if you want to see anything more like this, then let me know. Might do this maybe for like the NXT roster, or maybe the tag teams, ranking of the tag teams, but we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye and keep on rolling.